Let's get started using GarageBand. The first step will be to open GarageBand on your MacBook. Normally, if you've been using GarageBand before, by default it will open up the last project you were working on. You can see here is the template I've created for this particular project, but I'm going to show you how to start from scratch and what that's going to look like. And so from here, I can just close this and it'll automatically prompt me to choose what I want to do next. If you have other ones that you've created, you could choose that, but you'll want to start with an empty project. They do have templates and other things that you can choose from, but for what we're doing today, we're going to start with an empty project. So highlight that and then select choose. There are lots of options you guys can use depending on what it is you're trying to create and record. For this particular project, we're doing an audio file, so we're going to select this microphone here and then click create. So when this first opens up, there's a lot of stuff happening in this area here. And so I'm going to give you a few tips just to kind of clean things up a little bit and make it a little bit easier to use. First, I'm going to come up to the top here. I'm going to go ahead and close the library. That's something we can use later to add effects to what we recorded. But for now, we don't need that. So I'm going to close that. This next one shows up along the bottom. And it's the smart controls to really fine tune the audio and to get it to sound the way you want. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and close that as well. And so that's freed up this entire workstation place here. And so it's very clean and easy for us to navigate and use. There's a couple of more things I want to show you. You have a couple of features up here on the right. This is a click track, like a metronome. And so if you leave that turned on, you'll hear a clicking sound every time you push play or record. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. This is a count-in to let you know that you're going to start recording. So it'll give you a 4-second count before it actually records. I'm just going to turn that off because I want it to record as soon as I hit the record button. The last thing I want to adjust is this little drop down here. We're not really recording a song, so we don't need tempo or a key signature or the time. So I'm just going to, instead of beats and project, I'm going to select beats and time. And so it'll still give me the beat that will help with loops, things like that. But it'll also give me a running time of what I've recorded, so I have an idea of how long the file will be once I'm finished. And so those are the steps you can take to make it a little bit easier to operate and use once you get started.